Bill Maher hilariously roasts George Clooney on live TV, leaving the audience in stitches. In a memorable moment that had fans of both Bill Maher and George Clooney laughing out loud, the HBO talk show host delivered a biting yet hilarious roast of the Hollywood icon during a live appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher. Known for his razor-sharp wit and fearless commentary, Maher didn't hold back as he poked fun at Clooney's celebrity status, marriage, and even his philanthropic efforts. The unscripted exchange quickly became one of the most talked-about moments in late-night television, with both viewers and the media praising Maher for his impeccable comedic timing. It all started when Clooney, who was a guest on Maher's show to promote his latest project, was asked about his transition from heartthrob to a political and humanitarian figure. While Clooney has long been admired for his activism and outspoken political views, Maher didn't let that stop him from having some fun at his expense. Setting the stage, Clooney on Real Time. Clooney, the renowned actor-director, arrived on Real Time with his usual charm and humor, ready to discuss the latest causes he was championing. Known for his role in films such as Ocean's 11, Up in the Air, and The Descendants, Clooney has been one of Hollywood's most respected actors for decades. Over the years, his transition into political advocacy and activism has made him even more prominent, but Maher wasn't about to let his success and humanitarian work be off-limits for a good-natured ribbing. As Clooney began to talk about his humanitarian work in Sudan and his efforts to raise awareness about the refugee crisis, Maher couldn't resist a playful jab. "So, George, you've been doing a lot of work to save the world, huh? You've been in movies where you've stolen billions of dollars, but now you're trying to save the world." Maher quipped, sending the audience into an uproar of laughter. "Maybe you should stick to stealing money. At least you're good at it." Clooney, ever the good sport, played along, laughing at Maher's playful criticism. But Maher wasn't finished yet. The marriage roast, Clooney, the family man. Maher, who's no stranger to poking fun at the personal lives of celebrities, then turned his attention to Clooney's marriage to international human rights lawyer Amal Clooney. The couple, who wed in 2014, are often considered one of Hollywood's most glamorous and philanthropic duos. While the public has adored their relationship, Maher took the opportunity to joke about the couple's dynamic. "So, George," Maher began with a sly grin, "you've got this beautiful, brilliant wife who could have had anyone she wanted, and she picks you. I mean, that's impressive. And I bet she was really impressed when you showed up with a $50 million villa and told her, 'Honey, we'll live in style.'" The audience burst into laughter as Maher continued. "I mean, seriously, George, she's doing all this incredible work, saving the world, and you're out there making your next film about, what, stealing a few more $1 million from some casino? If that's not true love, I don't know what is." Clooney, ever the professional, leaned in and responded, "Well, it's true that I had to up my game. I had to keep up with her. At least I had the villa to start with." The playful back and forth continued, with Maher making light of Clooney's public persona as a reformed bachelor who settled down with one of the most accomplished women in the world. Maher noted with a grin, "You've made it, George. You're like a superhero with a cape. Except your superpower is convincing the smartest woman on earth that she needs to save the world. With you, of course." The Clooney, the celebrity humanitarian roast. Despite Clooney's well-known charity work, Maher made sure to squeeze in a few jabs about the actor's frequent role as the face of global activism. "So, George," Maher teased, "you're saving the world one billionaire villa at a time. How does it feel to be both a movie star and a global hero? Do you get a cape with your Oscar, or do you just put on a tux and show up at the United Nations?" Clooney, never one to shy away from self-deprecating humor, quipped back, "It's a full-time job, Bill. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm happy to make people laugh in the movies and do some good in the world, too." Maher, however, was relentless. "I mean, look, you're out there making movies about heists, and then you come home to your humanitarian wife. I can't even imagine how that works. You're probably like, 'Amal, I'm so sorry I spent the last 2 weeks saving the world. Can we now talk about saving a small country from disaster?'" Maher joked. The crowd erupted in laughter, and even Clooney couldn't help but chuckle at Maher's relentless jabs. It was clear that Maher's humor was landing perfectly, playing off Clooney's public persona while keeping the tone light and entertaining. The friendship between Maher and Clooney. Though their exchange was filled with sarcastic humor and quick-witted jabs, the underlying respect between Maher and Clooney was evident. Maher has always been a fan of Clooney's work, both in film and in his political and humanitarian efforts, and Clooney clearly appreciated Maher's unique brand of humor. The chemistry between the two was unmistakable as they traded barbs in a spirit of camaraderie, a dynamic that made the roast all the more enjoyable for viewers. Clooney later spoke about Maher's relentless humor in an interview, saying, "Bill's got this way of making you laugh and think at the same time. I can't say I always agree with him, but I always respect the way he makes people question things, even if it's just for fun." For Maher, Clooney is the perfect target for a roast, successful, smart, and never afraid to laugh at himself. It's clear that Maher values Clooney's ability to take a joke and rise to the occasion, which only made their exchange on real time even more enjoyable for everyone involved. The aftermath: Clooney and Maher's impact on late-night TV. The segment quickly went viral, with clips circulating across social media platforms. Fans of Maher praised him for his perfect comedic timing, while Clooney's fans appreciated how he embraced the roast with grace and humor. The exchange was a reminder that celebrity interviews don't always have to be staid and formal. They can also be fun, lighthearted, and full of laughter. As for Maher, the roast was yet another example of his ability to balance sharp political commentary with humor, making Real Time with Bill Maher one of the most anticipated talk shows on television. His quick wit and fearlessness in challenging even his closest friends like Clooney have solidified his place as one of the most influential voices in late-night television. Ultimately, Bill Maher's roast of George Clooney was more than just a hilarious moment. It was a perfect blend of celebrity, humor, and mutual respect that had the audience in stitches and reminded everyone why comedy is often the best way to address the absurdities of modern life.